What is up, wrestling fans? Welcome to another Fannounce Table edition of the Smark Out Moment Smack Talk podcast. I'm your host, as always, Tony Mango, and joining me, as always, are Robert DeFelice.
Money.
And Callum Wiggins.
Bank.
In the... So this is a bit of an annual tradition that we do here. We only do the Fannounce tables when either it's requested through the Patreon, which if you, of course, want to do that, go ahead and take advantage of that while you can. But we also do things when it comes to the Royal Rumble, and we do things when it comes to some of the other kind of things that are like regulars, like we've done like Elimination Chamber type stuff before. We've done specific, like, this match is an anniversary type thing. And for this one is the Money in the Bank coming up. And we're going to go back in time 10 years with a DeLorean or with a time displacement field from Terminator. Kind of depends. Different rules for time travel. But at least for when it comes to this, these are the rules. The Money in the Bank 2010 event was the first ever Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It wasn't the first ever Money in the Bank ladder match, but they had two Money in the Bank ladder matches on this pay-per-view. And we're going to actually do this in two separate recordings. And it's going to be two breakup kind of situations for like the iTunes and Spotify feeds and those kind of things like that. And it's also going to be two different videos on YouTube. It's going to be two different kind of recordings and the same shot kind of a thing. So you don't have to worry about like skipping through and watching the whole pay-per-view or, skipping and trying to catch up to us at the last second. What we're going to do is we're going to do the usual setup that we do here just twice in a row. So if you've never listened to a Fannounce Table before, this is how this works. We can't provide you with the video in any fashion whatsoever because that would violate copyright terms and stuff. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a time code that you can sync up directly with this podcast, and we will give you a countdown of 3, 2, 1, play. And when I say play, that is when you hit the play button on whatever it is that you are listening to or watching or whatever the case may be like that. And thankfully with this, we actually have it to where you can click on the spot of like the little timeline of events that they've got going on here. That takes you directly to that match. And it's 3 minutes exactly in there, 000300 to be exact, if you want to line it up that way. We're using it on the WWE Network, of course. I should have said that already. You should pretty much do that. But I think that they actually even put this up on YouTube recently. Either this one that we're doing first or the second one, because we're doing the SmackDown ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship contract. And then later on in part 2, we're going to do the Raw side of things for the WWE Championship contract. And we will break down all the stuff that we normally do. We will kind of give like a commentary of the match in some ways. We're going to talk about the history of the event, crack some jokes, do that kind of stuff that we normally do. And if you love this kind of stuff and you want to check out more and you've just stumbled across this for the first time, go back and check out the archives because we've done a couple of different ones over the past. And the same thing applies to the things that we've done over on fanboysanonymous.com, because for that one, we do a thing that's very similar. It's called Fan Tracks, and that is for TV shows and movies. So what you need to do is you need to set up your WWE Network to the link that is in the description below on YouTube, or it's on the page on smarkoutmoment.com, or if you just do the search for Money in the Bank 2010, any fashion that you get to there, as long as you got the event loaded up, then click on the first thing, which is to go straight to the 2010 SmackDown Money in the Bank ladder match, and you will see that it'll be up at the 3-minute mark. You'll have gone past the pretty cool intro video that I liked quite a bit. And you got Matt Stryker, Jerry the King Lawler, and Michael Cole on commentary. You've got the cool Money in the Bank theme in the background. Money makes the world go round. Love that. And Lawler just basically went, ladders all over the place, like that kind of thing. So you should be synced up with that at the very least. And I will give you the countdown in a couple seconds, and then, 3, 2, 1, play. You hit play. So, Callum and Rob, are you guys ready to go?
I sure am.
Yeah, let's start this.
Alrighty, so again, everybody, remember 000300. Hit that when I say play in 3, 2, 1, play. So Kofi right now, SOS. hear them shout then. There you go. Now you're all synced up correctly, hopefully.
Well, it must be 2010 because Kofi's Jamaican me crazy right now.
And he's in his perpetual mid-card champion mode, which I liked that. I was really happy when Kofi won the Intercontinental Championship for the first time.
This is like his first one, right?
Might be.
No, it isn't because he beat Chris Jericho in 2008 to become
Oh my
Intercontinental
God.
Champion the first time.
Oh, 8.
He's
Okay.
been there forever. He's been there for
I think that was less than a year into his run.
Yeah,
Well,
he
it's still
wasn't
the
on
main
ECW too long.
No.
Right, because he gets the IC belt, Punk gets the world belt, and then by November they're tag champions because they just retconned everything.
Yeah, this is at the point where he became Intercontinental Champion, and that basically ended Drew McIntyre's push.
Push, yeah.
It's funny nowadays, but let's look back and they're both, well, one of them's current WWE champion and the other one's former WWE champion.
And here's Dolph Ziggler in the not the dyed hair, short brown kind of phase or anything yet. He's still just this isn't the handshake mode, right?
This is shortly after that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when they were starting to take him a bit more seriously.
Yeah, this was like, okay, he's gonna be something.
This is way before Christian won the world championship.
Not way before because Edge doesn't have too much time left, but this is definitely pre-Edge retiring because, well, one, we're gonna talk about a match with him later, and clearly Christian is just in perpetual mid-card mode himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is after ECW ended, so.
Woo!
Oh, that's right. Dashing Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Look at this baby Cody Rhodes here. Like,
whoa! That was the first outro.
God. A lot of changes in 10 years.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the use of technology here. And
just makes it think that here he's just in his early 20s.
It always bugged me that he didn't wear knee pads.
he does that now, right?
But now he's got
he's smart now.
He's got the pants and stuff.
Pre-broken. I believe he's in a peak Fat Hardy stage here.
It might be.
Yeah, this is the Matt Hardy that's just perpetually just hanging around until he can get released from WWE and can start doing those weird videos that he started doing on YouTube.
Yeah, this is like
before
Matt
his
Hardy.
Ring of Honor revival and then the Broken Gimmick.
This is like Matt Hardy. He's out of any kind of, he can still be something, and just before he becomes a total mess.
Drew McIntyre recently said that he wanted to bring this song back, and I used to like this song a lot.
Like this music. Yeah, I really enjoy
this song. Is so much better.
I don't think it fits his current character though.
Yeah, I mean his current character has like that type of like kind of like, you know, I'm gonna come and kick your ass type of thing. But if they could figure out a way to like merge the two, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'm
Dave Lagana of the NWA recently said the only reason he got on SmackDown is because a writer thought he was hot. So there's that.
What does that have to do with this?
That like he only got the push so young because a writer thought he was attractive.
I thought you meant that Dave Lagana only got on it.
Oh no! That McIntyre only got on.
That makes a lot more sense now. The McIntyre got on there. I thought you were just talking Dave Lagana. I'm like, okay, and also my favorite type of thing to put in popcorn is Bunch Crunch. Like just kind of other than butter. I never liked the red and blue SmackDown and Raw Money in the Bank ladder matches. The briefcases, I mean. Never was a fan of that. And they had the perfect Money in the Bank briefcase before with that gold one. And now they got this ugly ass green thing. And it's just disgusting. But the women's one looks fantastic.
Really, they should just make the men's one a black briefcase with Money in the Bank on it.
Well, the white thing with the gold and all that stuff, the women's thing looks great. Why not have the men's one be gold with the blue, the green and all that stuff? Like the green logo on the blue and all that, that looked good. But this yellow thing on top of the green case is just disgusting. And I never liked the blue and the red because it just sort of clashed too much, and it made sense because it's the red and blue brand, but still.
Quite a big brace that Big Show's wearing on his knee right there.
That's because they
What
were
is
told
he in the
to brace
middle of
themselves.
here? And Jesus Christ.
Wonder if you could fit both legs if like a normal person could fit both legs into that leg brace.
Probably.
Like my torso.
Because like most Money in the Bank ladder matches, or at least the early ones, had this one giant guy that you always felt kind of had no chance of winning. He was just in because he's tall. And this one has two.
What did you think here? I don't know if Tony's fully watching here yet, but what did you think, Callum, when they took Money in the Bank and made it its own pay-per-view and took it away from WrestleMania?
It didn't really. Well, I wasn't really. Look, this is at the point in time where I kind of just am watching wrestling rather than really concerning myself too much.
Analyzing it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like it drove me insane, but I just thought it's a good gimmick. You might as well make. This is one of the gimmick matches that I think it's fine making a pay-per-view out of.
So
I'll agree with that.
I had Smark Out Moment up and running by this point, and I can read you my reaction to this actually on the predictions page. It starts off with Money in the Bank graduates from an awesome section of WrestleMania to another one of the gimmick pay-per-views. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that, seeing as I think having it at WrestleMania is much better, as well as having only one winner that could go for either title. Still, you never know if they'll be tinkering around with the idea and forging something better. ... Even though normally when WWE changes something that was going right, they fuck it up.
I feel like the Money in the Bank. I feel like the Money in the Bank one works better as a pay-per-view concept, just because there's consequences to the match.
Yeah,
it's not like a Hell in a Cell or a TLC, which is just meant to be like or big like gimmick blow-off match to a feud. It's something that has repercussions that go far beyond the pay-per-view itself.
Yeah, this is 10 years ago, so we've gotten 10 years worth of some changes and stuff. And now I am very much a proponent of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I think that my main issue with it at the time was being worried that people wouldn't get on the WrestleMania card. And they created the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And even though they haven't done that justice, they did create a match that was like a substitute for it. So that solved that issue for me. And this, to me, is the big four pay-per-view. This is number 5. It serves a purpose. It breaks up the year in some fashion because you can do, all right, Money in the Bank, that starts something after WrestleMania. Going forward, it carries on. It sets up some stuff for SummerSlam if you can. Like, I think it really serves a great purpose. And now that we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match and the men's, it's even better because now you do have one winner who can challenge for either title, and you've got it for the men and the women, and you've got, you could do cash-ins on the same day, you could do cash-ins whenever. I know at this point I was not thinking at all that Matt Hardy was going to win. But I'll tell you, here's my prediction that I had written down on the site for this before the action gets like too crazy. My breakdown was, Drew McIntyre is going to be world champ soon. Kane, Big Show,
nice.
Matt Hardy, Cody Rhodes, Dolph Ziggler have zero chance at winning this. Kofi as the IC champs, he won't be winning, especially to cash in against a face champion in Rey Mysterio. That leaves Christian and McIntyre. Christian clearly isn't being considered a main event guy. God, I hope I'm wrong about this and McIntyre doesn't win. Am I, though? I doubt it. We might as well just be asking ourselves, when does Drew cash in and beat Rey for the title? Because it's coming. Warning, if Drew wins this match, it'll put me in a very sour mood, as I'm already dealing with a crappy world champion on Raw who has been pushed far beyond his caliber of performance, Sheamus, and I don't want another rolling SmackDown. Prediction, Drew McIntyre wins. Clearly I was wrong, even though I'm saying clearly this, clearly that, just goes to show how sometimes you could just be dead wrong.
I remember feeling like they had a Money in the Bank at the Mania prior to this, a couple months before, and thinking that would be McIntyre's moment. Because the only aspect of Money in the Bank at Mania I really miss is that year time frame really works for WrestleMania because it gives you a WrestleMania moment, and then you can arguably say, I'm going to hold this until I can be, the main event of WrestleMania next year and wait the whole 365 days.
What's he gonna do here? Oh, that's didn't even get the camera angle.
Damn.
Oh, almost just stomped right on Ziggler's head. This is before Cody Rhodes dropped the dashing thing and had the face mask, right?
Yeah, because he never goes back to dashing.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. Whoa.
A lot of veterans in this match.
Quite a bit in the other one too, if I remember correctly. Let me double check about that list. Yeah, that one's got Orton, Henry. Actually, not as many. Edge, Chris Jericho. Yeah, never mind. Not as many. I always like the Money in the Bank logo too. That's one of their better logos. It looks like the briefcase. It's got some kind of real, like the colors are right. They didn't really need to change it after all these years. They've had it for 10 years, and all they've done is made some little tweaks here and there. Pretty perfect logo. Unlike something like Payback, where it's just sort of text.
I think this is the one and only Money in the Bank show that doesn't use the that money theme tune.
Money,
Yeah,
money,
the
money,
Donald Trump
money,
music.
money,
Yeah,
money.
this one actually has just like I can't remember what the actual music was, but it just has a standard song.
I remember when they were doing the ads for this, because like we were saying before, the money makes the world go around. Every so often they'll do some kind of pay-per-view song like that, and I'll just be like, I am definitely downloading this. And that was one of the ones where I've loved that ever since. Same as This Is a War, which was Battleground 2017 or something like that, I think.
Huh.
This year, I mean, Blinding Lights. Great song for WrestleMania. Shame that there was no people in the crowd.
Look at Kane doing the vintage Kane spot where he's gonna hit him with the finish.
Yeah. Takes two of them to knock him down in a particular match. If it was a different type of match, Kane would get knocked out with like a regular DDT or something like that. It's weird that that's the short ladder. I don't like standing on like a step stool.
Wait till you see the massive one that ends up coming out.
Oh, is that's this year?
Yeah.
That's what Big Show's thing?
Yep.
Yeah, Big Show's gimmick. I think that it's only appeared on 2 Money in the Banks. I don't know how many. I assume Big Show's only been in 2 Money in the Banks.
He's been in more than this one?
Yeah, he was in the
he's in the John Cena one where they
the one that John Cena wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a fan of Drew McIntyre around this time frame. I thought that he didn't really show me that whole chosen one type thing, and it was them just sort of jumping the gun. And obviously, from the thing I wrote earlier, and I read off earlier, I thought that they were just going to go, all right, let's just give it to McIntyre, let's give it to Sheamus, let's like do all these kind of things and put the belt on these people and try to push them to the moon. And I did not think at all that we would wait until basically just a couple weeks ago now, 2020, to finally give a world title to Drew McIntyre.
Well, also means you probably weren't expecting him to get released for a good few years in between that period as well.
And also be Heath Slater's backup band.
Right, yeah. I mean, plenty of things have happened in the meantime that I just did not see coming. I wouldn't have seen Kofi Mania happening, you know? Wouldn't have thought that Kane would be a mayor.
Yeah, like the Big Show's got a sitcom.
Christian would go from, well, he's never going to win the world title to a year or so later being like, all right, now Edge is retired and Christian is going to win the title and have a great feud with Randy Orton. And then 9 years later, Edge is going to come back. Like, that's just crazy too. You know?
And then, Cody starting his own promotion.
Right, and yeah. Oh, if you think that Cody should get a better push out of this, don't worry. A couple years from now, he's just going to be starting WCW 2.0.
Kinda, yeah.
With Generation Me. And some kid that was on the Rosie O'Donnell show. This is well before Kofi was 100% into that whole he's a spot monkey kind of guy too, but you can tell people
He's on
are
his
just
way.
like, Kofi's going to do something. This is the boom drop, right?
Yep.
Boom, boom. I used to like the boom drop. Now he just says New Day. It's not got as much like oomph to it. He's not at the top of the ladder.
Well, King's changed his mind, so that means Kofi should just get off the ladder.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
I know a lot of people didn't like Striker on commentary, but I did.
I did at the time. Now, I find it incredibly obnoxious.
Yeah, it's pissed me off the fact that he's talking throughout this entire thing.
I like his
Because a
passion.
lot of it, I do too. But go ahead, Kel.
It was just the way that he's reacted to that move. It's just a case of like he might as well have gone up to the nearest camera and just started screaming in front of it. Wow, something happened, and now let's make it all about me.
I like his passion as well, but I look back on it now and I'm like, yeah, you were just trying to be the guy who knew it all.
Ooh, that could
was
have
nice.
been bad.
Oh my god.
That went a lot better than it should have done. Really.
Right, yeah, that almost was a big mistake.
And this is like Ziggler still trying to just bump crazy for everybody because he thinks he can get a push out of it.
It's when people still had some sort of hope for Ziggler.
Yeah, I remember
he's
really.
not even with Vicky yet.
I remember really being like pro Ziggler. I mean, I've always been pro Ziggler. I've always liked, even when he was doing the handshake thing, I was still like, oh, I like this guy. But I remember thinking like, man, just like maybe give it to Ziggler instead of Drew McIntyre, since I was so like against that idea.
I remember really wanting Cody to get it because they kept saying that if he gets the briefcase, he's going to make it a mirror. And I just thought that would be a lot of fun.
Matt Hardy and Christian are working together a lot in this match.
I think that was
the story going into it.
Yeah, that was the story of the previous one in WrestleMania 26 as well. It's like these were the two veterans that were always looking for the opportunity to rise up to the World Championship level, and so they kind of have a begrudging respect for each other as well because of the previous TLC matches and all that other stuff.
It was basically, without saying it, they were kind of like, it's always been about Edge and Jeff, so what about us?
Yeah,
that's smart. I like that.
They should have been like formed an actual like tag team and for a while.
Yeah, it would have been kind of cool to just like, I mean, if they didn't call attention to the idea, it's like the Marty Jannetties or something like that, like, oh, here's that thing.
Here's the obnoxious sized ladder.
I like to imagine they made that actually a lot heavier than they needed to, just as a rib for the Big Show.
He is acting like it's heavy as hell.
Yeah, so either he's a really good actor, and we know from the Netflix series that he's not.
I still haven't seen it yet, but the clips I've seen, oof. I mean, realistically, I'm probably not picking that thing up,
No, it is a nice like gimmick to add to this. Just it's his own little thing that he can put into a ladder matches going forward. Not that I imagined at this point in time he even thought that he was going to be having any ladder matches at this point in his career.
I wonder if it actually is that heavy that he's really struggling that hard with it, because he seems like he's legit struggling and not just.
Yeah, he's not that good of an actor, as Callum said.
Yeah, he's not thought this through.
I like how everybody's just laid out, like they have to sell this.
Well, put it through the. Yeah, there you go. That's a smart giant.
There you go. Now you got physics on your side there, Big Show.
Yeah. I like the polite pop the crowd give to it when he gets into the ring.
I imagine it's a very sturdy ladder for the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I think they basically put 6 other people onto this ladder at one point, and then they're just all fighting on top of it.
If that's how they tested it out, they're just like, let's get like 10 people to stand on this thing and see if it's sturdy enough. Dave from Ghana, go out there. You're hot.
Oh god, Cody brings in the tiniest ladder possible to about the really big one.
King's gonna make a size doesn't matter joke, I'm sure.
God, that looks so huge. He looks like he's climbing up like I don't know, like part of a structure of a roller coaster or something like that. Like, I hope they still have that. That'd be cool if they still do. Like somewhere in the WWE warehouse, they just like bring that out at some point. That'd be awesome.
We might find out when they have to go through the entire building.
That's true. Because that's the warehouse is in Stamford, right?
I believe so.
I doubt the Big Show would have the stamina to be in that match though, so it's like I don't think it'll be necessary.
No, I mean they would need to just give that to somebody else. I mean Strowman's not in it, so they couldn't do it to Strowman, but
I know the gimmick is obviously the climbing through the entire structure of the building. Isn't it surely just going to be one guy is just going to try and make a beeline to the elevator, and then you just to have a shot of the guy standing in there for the rest of the time?
That would be great to just like
be Corbin's job.
Like intercut between like everybody fighting, and then you just cut to like that little like the music from the elevator, just like kind of thing. Like,
see, I imagine that's going to happen. That's what Nia Jax is going to do to get up there, because how could you climb that many flights of stairs with her knees in the situation there?
That's true.
Well, you're going to get a lot of fighting in the elevators. I'll be honest; those matches are going to be fun. They're not regular ladder matches, but they're going to be really good.
Also, imagine thinking in 2010. Now, we're not even used to this being its own pay-per-view, and go, hey, in 10 years, this event's going to still be happening, but there's going to be no crowd, and it's going to happen at WWE headquarters, and it's going to be climb the ladder by going through the entire building, and be like, what happened in these 10 years? Oh, it's not that big of a problem. Everything's been fine for the past 9. It's just everything happened in 2020. They should bring this ladder back. This is cool. I like this.
Oh, nice.
Pretty remarkable DDT there.
They were really...
This is a good match.
For some reason in 2010, they were really into calling Big Show the Giant.
You know what? When else they were really big in calling him the Giant?
WCW.
WCW. I'm going to throw out a quick plug while we're here. It's Money in the Bank related. If you got a little spare money in the bank and you want us to watch more of these, hit up the Patreon, patreon.com/SmarkOutMoment. There's the Pick Your Poison tier where you can request these and anything else in particular that you would be interested in seeing in the future. But even if you just got a spare change as far as $1 a month, it goes a long, long way in helping us keep everything going and supporting the channel in a lot of different ways, especially because of the fact that the YouTube algorithm is crazy. And you never know what pennies you can make on anything in particular, or 0 pennies if it's limited monetization and stuff. So anybody who does do that is just forever in my heart. And anybody who doesn't get a chance to, I totally understand. But yeah, if you got the option, consider donating and putting a little bit of money in our bank. Another way to do that is the TeePublic and Redbubble shops for the merchandise side of things. So keep that in mind. Oh, that was
Cody got a lot. Oh. I was going to say before that, Cody got a lot bigger in the last 10 years, but that was not good.
I thought they completely missed him in the pretty much in the replay, him being in the inset when he does that Crossroads move. And basically the whole thing with the Crossroads was that he just banged his head on the back of the ladder and that's it. But list of moves that you shouldn't do on a ladder.
Crossroads.
Sho's just gonna kick Kofi out. Fuck out of here.
What the hell happened to Kane?
Kane's just been sitting off on the outside for a while now. Yeah.
I just love this game. Like, let's make the Big Show move even slower than he usually does. Give him an injury.
Has Kane been seen since the
there he is.
two?
He's got to rise up now.
Did he do anything from the two finishers? Has he been out that long?
No. He did stuff after that.
Oh, I remember this.
Been out the boom drop?
I think so.
Wow. Are they all gonna bury him under ladders and that's it for the Big Show?
I think so. Ooh, who just threw that one? Is that Matt?
That was Matt, yeah. Oh shit, Kane.
This might have been fun. Not for Big Show, but like it might have been fun to just like if you had an issue with Big Show to take your frustrations out a little bit. You're like, there you go, son of a bitch, eat a ladder, you know.
I'm glad Kane was kind enough to wait for everybody, all the other competitors to get out of the way before throwing that ladder.
So this is a lot better than I remember, I'll say that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this match. This is cool. Matt almost fucked up his leg there.
God, that must have hurt Kane's arm to get Matt Hardy up for the chokeslam.
Look at Cody, you can do it.
Oh, the face. His poor face.
He's dashing. Can't hit him in the face.
He can't really be called dashing anymore with the tattoo on his neck, can he?
No.
No, but I don't think that they're gonna make the Cody Rhodes.
Look at Ziggler.
What's Kane trying to do here?
It's basically a summation of his career, just trying to climb over guys in a much better position than him to get to the top and constantly being thrown down. Oh god, yeah, this is where he was doing the sleeper hold.
Dolph patented sleeper hold. Concussion.
I forgot Dolph did the sleeper for a while. This is lame.
Terrible. That is so bad.
Thank God. Ziggler tried to kill himself. I'm glad that didn't work out.
All right, you got to call an audible choke slam him. Yeah, okay, there you go. Is that Frank the Clown in the crowd?
Probably. Yeah.
Or somebody dressed like a clown at the very least. That's it. I always liked Kane's little chops.
Oh yeah, his throat thrusts are always great.
Yeah.
Kane, I really think is one of the most. I don't call him underrated because he did do a lot, but he's very valuable. Ooh, fuck.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's going on a tear right now.
Oh, bad luck. They're doing a good job right now, at the very least, of setting up the idea of like, even though Kane's prime had already passed by, that people are still just sort of like, oh fuck, Kane's coming after us.
Damn.
And just have him destroy everyone. That's like
logical.
Yeah, I mean, considering how this ends up going, it's like,
wow,
let's make the guy who we're pushing it the most out of the back of this look really, really good during the match. One novel concept. Funny enough, I don't think they follow the same formula in the second match they have. That we're going to be watching.
No, they don't.
But then again, it's a slightly different guy.
Yeah. I mean, the idea for this one is let's set up Kane because we know what's happening later on. I mean, we don't as fans, but they do, booking things, or at least they should have at that point. I don't know.
Wow, and they're even going to give them their moment.
They're going to give them the camera shot too, because whenever they do that type of camera shot, you're like, oh man, that's the master camera shot. That's the winning camera shot. You know when they're like in the angle right now where like, well, right now they're the side thing, but now when you got Christian on there, like, you know that's not going to be like the winning shot. Although then again, look what happens when you get like, hey, it's AJ Styles in the Royal Rumble. Let's cut to Roman Reigns' face. Like so sometimes they fuck up.
I wonder how they get out of this one. So it looks like this is a really, really, really precarious situation. Like they're standing on top of this ladder.
What are they going for? Like, are they gonna swing from it and then
they're
fall?
gonna try to jump.
Okay. I was really
Whoa.
worried there for a second.
Christian's cut on his eyebrow there.
Oof.
Oh, here's
Oh,
here's
shit.
2010
It's
Tony
SmackDown.
going absolutely crazy wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tony totally thinks it's over.
2010 Tony's just like, you fuck, damn it. Like, of course they wrote him off for the whole match. He could just sit there and not do anything. Now he's going to come and win. And he's going to cash in, and it's going to be Sheamus, and it's going to be Drew McIntyre on the two sides.
Hey, if it worked for Roman Reigns, it can work for Drew McIntyre as well.
Right. God, I hope in 10 years he's not still champion. Crowd's booing, though.
Good.
I mean, he was a heel, so yeah.
Yeah, it just shows. Yeah, they really, really hated this guy. Good, we're doing our job.
Yeah, they were still pretty much doing their jobs at that point.
Now the crowd's like, oh wait, this actually seems like this is the end of the match.
Hell yeah, because it's Kane, and like Kane never gets anything. That's pretty cool.
But I'd be really surprised if anyone really expected Kane to win this.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote in that thing that he was one of the group that's just no shot whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, it's because he'd been in so many of them before, and he was just like, okay, this is just our traditional big man.
Yeah, he's just the multi-man guy.
And at this point, nobody had failed the Money in the Bank, right?
No, that didn't happen until 2 years later, when with John Cena failing the cash-in, he was the first person to fail it.
So that's like, well, they're not going to give it to Kane because Kane's not winning the world title.
He was winning the world title the same night.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wins it later on that. Yeah.
I must have been thinking. Let me actually see what I wrote down for this on my review, because I'm curious to put if I. Let's see here. Oh, this is actually when I was still doing a little bit of like play-by-play. Big Show brings his custom ladder, which they claim weighs 350 pounds. Crowd gets really into Big Show's getting in the ring. He's having a bit of trouble. Blah 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 blah. Cody tries running from Kane, gets sidetracked. Kane throws Cody headfirst in an armored truck. Drew starts slowly climbing into the ring, and I'm getting worried as he's the only one I don't want to win. Kane throws him down on all caps. Kane wins. Kane wins via, climbing up and grabbing the briefcase. Awesome match. Great way to start off the pay-per-view, and I'm very happy Kane won. I really hope that Kane wins the world title and gets a legit run instead of just a one-day reign. Lots of cool spots in this match without going overboard. Everyone, for the most part, did their work, but I've got to say the four guys that really held this match together in my mind were Kane, Big Show, Cody, and Dolph. Great job, great start, great match. And then, of course, later on, we're not going to be watching this for the Fannounce Table, but we had the whole Rey Mysterio retains the title over Jack Swagger, and Kane comes in, cashes in, and wins the title. And I wrote down on that, awesome. I wanted Kane to have another title reign for years, and I don't like Mysterio as champion. Big fan. So 2010 Tony, very happy about that whole setup.
Well, I thought it was really good. I don't remember this match being that good, and that was a lot of fun.
And yeah, this is the catalyst for Kane's last great run, really. Well, I'd say last great run. I mean, the Team Hell No stuff was great as well, but this is the last big singles push of his career, so.
Yeah. And there's Sheamus, who I vehemently hated at this point. But we are going to do that other second ladder match in the next part. So it's another video. It's another YouTube side of things, another Instagram thing. Not Instagram, we don't do this on Instagram. Why did I say that? Spotify, all that stuff. So if you want to leave your comments below, tell us your thoughts on this ladder match. Do that on the YouTube side of things. While you're over there, hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. Ring that little notification bell as well. And tell us everything else you want to talk about there. We aren't just going to do like the full breakdown of every little thing like that, but just in case you're only watching this one, I'm going to give these guys a chance to plug their stuff too. So go ahead and do that, guys. Rob?
Yeah, Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Dude Felice. Check out Fightful. Check out WrestleZone. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah,
Dylan?
you can follow me on Twitter at Weekmeister14. Check out all the articles on Smark Moment, including my contribution to Power Rankings. And yeah, we'll be back for the next match.
Alrighty, everybody. So hopefully you're tuning into that one as well and listening for that, because that's what we're going to be actually recording next. So in the meantime, at least for this part, we will see you next time. This has been another Smark Out moment, and we're being counted out.